Trying to load one console's game onto another is something we've all done or thought about doing as kids. I remember borrowing PS2 games to try them on my Dreamcast, just in the hopes that they would somehow magically work. I, of course, couldn't afford the mighty PlayStation 2 at that time, but fast forward almost 20 years later and I can now afford the mighty PlayStation 5. I'm lucky enough to get one on launch day, and today I'm gonna do something that hopefully doesn't break the thing. I have games from many recent systems including the PS5, PS4, PS3, 360, Xbox One, and the Series X. Let's load them up onto the PS5 and see what happens. The first one is just a PlayStation 5 game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. And this is the correct way to insert a game into the PlayStation 5. And here you can see it loads up just fine. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have already accidentally done this on their PS5. What happens if you load up the disc the wrong way, upside down? After over 40 seconds of the console making odd and funny noises, this is the message we get. Can't recognize disc, make sure it's not damaged or dirty and that it's not inserted upside down. I wonder if that's the message we're gonna get in every scenario. Let's find out. Next up is nothing exciting again, it's just a PlayStation 4 game, which you can see here. I have Final Fantasy and it loads up the disc within seconds. Now here's where things are gonna get interesting. Next up, we have a PlayStation 3 game. This is the original The Last of Us game. Let's load this up. And in just about 10 seconds, we get this message. The disc isn't supported by the PlayStation 5. This is a pretty unique message, so the console clearly recognizes that it's a Sony PlayStation 3 game. Sony just has not made this backwards compatible with the PS3, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, let's switch things up a bit to the competition, Microsoft's Xbox. Starting with the Xbox 360, I picked up Escape Dead Island for 99 cents. And fairly quickly, in about 8 or 9 seconds, it recognizes the disc as a DVD. That's of course what the 360 games is. It's a dual layer DVD. Let's try playing it. And we get this message. Cannot start the game or app, enable HDCP. So let's go ahead and enable HDCP and see what happens. Okay, settings change and now something's happening and can't play the disc. So that is the message we get. And if we want to find out more information, it opens up this browser. Sorry, we're unable to find that error code. So there you have it, the 360 title. Next up is Xbox One game, Gears 5. Keep in mind, this is a Blu-ray disc. And in about 12 seconds, we get the unreadable disc message. This is the same message you get if you insert the disc upside down. If you recall, when we did insert a disc upside down, that took over 40 seconds. In this case, the message appeared in about 12 seconds, which clearly tells me the console knows that there's a difference. It was able to read something off of that Xbox One Blu-ray and prompt that message in just about the same amount of time it takes for it to load a PS5 disc. Up next, I'll try a game that has the Series X tag on it, but this of course is the same thing as trying an Xbox One game, so I expect it to be the same. It's a bit of a shame that we don't have any Xbox Series X exclusives at this time. So let's load up Watch Dogs, and the same thing as Gears of War, we're getting the cannot recognize disc message, which seems to be the case with all Xbox One games. Alright, so there you have it folks. That's what the PS5 does if you insert a foreign disc. It's a bit interesting that you got those different hosts of responses from the PS5. Honestly, I was expecting to give out that same unreadable disc message in about 40 seconds, but it didn't. We actually had 4 different scenarios there. So with that, let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you're wondering, my PS5 still works fine, so I didn't break it. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel because there's a ton of next gen content coming your way.